Hi, I'm Louise McGrallone. I'm a researcher at UCL, and today I'm going to talk to you about a new data set that we're using for our research called the eChild database. You may already know this, but just as a quick reminder, when we talk about a data set, we just mean information that's organised so that it can be easily used by a computer. One example of a data set that you might recognise from school is information that's collected about absences. Before I was a researcher, I was a science teacher, and twice a day, every day, I had to take an attendance register, usually during the first lesson in the morning and the first one after lunch. In lots of schools, teachers record who's in their class straight into a computer, but in some schools, this information is collected on a piece of paper that gets sent to the office and then typed into a computer by somebody else. Whichever way it's collected, this information about which students are in school on which days is one example of a data set. The new dataset we're using in our research is called the eChild database. It brings together two datasets that are already collected separately in schools and in hospitals. The first dataset is called the National Pupil Database, or NPD, and it includes information about absences, exam results, and special educational needs. The other dataset is called Hospital Episode Statistics, or HES, and it includes information about hospital admissions, including diagnoses, treatments, or operations. To create the new eChild database, we linked information from NPD and HES for all children in England. What's really important to know is that the eChild database is de-identified, which means that it doesn't contain information that could be used to identify a specific person. So that means it does not contain name, address, date of birth, or any hospital or school numbers. The eChild database allows information for the same person to be linked together over time. So for example, this timeline shows some key events in a young person's education, like starting school and sitting their GCSEs. That's recorded in the eChild database. And one of the really exciting things about the eChild database is that because it contains both health and education information, it allows researchers to investigate how these parts of a young person's life are related. As researchers, we use data to help make decisions that will improve young people's lives. What's important to know is that we do not tell hospitals or schools what to do to help individuals. Instead, we think about how they could help groups of children. So as an example, when I was a science teacher, I used absence data about my students to make decisions about which individuals might need to come to science club or have an extra after-school session to catch up on material they missed. But as a researcher, I would use absence data to understand which groups of similar children might need extra support from schools to make sure they achieve their full potential. At the moment, the eChild project is looking into which groups of similar children were most affected by the COVID pandemic so that we can highlight which groups might need most support from schools and hospitals. If you'd like to keep in touch about the eChild project, you can email the team or look for updates on our website. Thank you.